Donald Trump is having huge problems with his own supporters from the Make America Great Again movement, who have turned against him, and they've done so publicly. Even in the United States Congress, Trump's most ardent supporters have spoken out against the president, and he has gone to war against them. And the whole reason for this conflict is that Make America Great Again activists are calling on Donald Trump's administration to finally release the files related to the notorious sex offender Jeffrey Epstein. But the White House doesn't want to do that. And it got to the point where even the Speaker of the House, Mike Johnson, said that he is against Donald Trump's stubbornness and suspects that he might have something to hide. In response, Trump said that he renounces his, as he put it, former supporters who, as he said, quote, believed in Jeffrey Epstein's hoaxes. And Trump slammed the door in annoyance and said, I don't need your support anymore. You are traitors. So if you demand to reveal Epstein's secrets, that means you are not on Donald Trump's side. And I will say that those who demand to reveal this information are quite high-ranking representatives of the Make America Great Again movement. I'm Pechiy. It's July 16th. Let's discuss things systematically. But before we start, I ask you to subscribe to this channel, leave a like, write any comment you want, and be sure to subscribe to my Telegram channel. The link to it is in the description of this video. So, the most influential Make America Great Again figures are warning that the Trump administration is losing trust because of how it's handling the Jeffrey Epstein case, and that the president is moving away from the movement he himself created. And today, some congressmen and senators who have always supported Donald Trump have spoken out against the president. Even the Speaker of the House, Mike Johnson, said today that Trump is behaving very strangely in the Epstein case. He questioned that if Trump is innocent, why hasn't he declassified the Epstein files? Trump only responds irritably, saying that only fanatics and obsessed people think that way, and urges people to stop digging into this case. But all of this isn't happening for no reason. The Make America Great Again base was stunned by the conclusion of the United States Department of Justice that the notorious human trafficker allegedly committed suicide in 2019 and supposedly didn't have any kind of client list. But what outraged Make America Great Again supporters even more was that the Department of Justice said the case was closed and there was nothing to declassify. And in general, everyone should just forget about this case. Like, yeah, that's it, let's just forget about it. And the culmination was Donald Trump's own statement that it's time to forget about this case and move on. And everyone who still thinks about it and remembers it, you're just obsessed, says Trump. Recently, at a cabinet meeting, one of the reporters pressed Attorney General Pam Bondi about the outcome of the Epstein investigation. And Trump interrupted him and said, quote, "My God, you're still talking about Jeff Epstein. I can't believe you're asking a question about Epstein at a time like this. It's just a waste of time and a desecration of memory. Just forget about it already." But then the Make America Great Again movement got even more outraged when, a week ago, the Department of Justice and the FBI released a document stating they found no evidence that Epstein was murdered, had a client list, or blackmailed influential people. Well, now for the most interesting part. Do you know who in the Make America Great Again movement is now shouting the loudest that Trump clearly has something to hide if he's so desperately trying to cover up the Epstein story? First and foremost, it's Tucker Carlson, Elon Musk, and Steve Bannon. These are Trump's most influential allies in the Make America Great Again movement, and now they're against him. And now it's come to the point where even the Speaker of the House, Mike Johnson, said today that it looks pretty strange when the Trump administration refuses to disclose the details of the Epstein files. Trump himself said today, quote, "He's been dead for a long time. He never played a big role in my life. I don't understand what his interest or appeal is. It's a pretty boring case. Leave it alone." To this, Mike Johnson replied, quote, "This is a very delicate issue, but we need to bring it out into the open and let people decide for themselves how to feel about it." Attorney General Pam Bondi, whom Trump defended since she became the main target of supporters' outrage. MAGA, as Johnson says, should come forward and explain the confusion that she herself created. Epstein's client list, says Mike Johnson, is on her desk. "I'm looking forward to putting this behind me." In addition to that, Congressman Thomas Massie, a Republican, said he will push for a vote in the House of Representatives to finally require Trump to release the Epstein files. Quote from Massie, "We all deserve to know what's in the Epstein files. Who is involved in this and how deep does this corruption go? Americans were promised justice and transparency. So where are they?" The resolution, which has already been brought to the House of Representatives, will require Pam Bondi, quote, "to make publicly available in a searchable and downloadable format the materials held by the Department of Justice, including the FBI and the United States Attorney's Office, related to Epstein within 30 days of the measure's adoption." But Trump is persistently urging everyone to just forget about this whole story. And here, a truly phenomenally revealing situation arises. Today, Trump publicly criticized supporters of releasing the Epstein files for their focus on what he called the Epstein hoax. Trump called on his Make America Great Again supporters, many of whom were shocked by his administration's conclusion that there was no evidence the disgraced financier was murdered, or kept a client list to simply stop further discussion. And he immediately added that the whole Epstein story is, what do you think, just a trick by the Democrats? Next is a quote from Donald Trump, a new scam by the Democrats. "This is what we will always call the Jeffrey Epstein hoax, which my former supporters fell for with all their faith and sincerity. All these people want to talk about, under heavy pressure from fake news and unsuccessful Democrats, is the Jeffrey Epstein hoax. Let these weaklings keep moving forward and doing the Democrats' work. Don't even think about talking about our incredible and unprecedented success. Because I don't need your support anymore." Well, I mean, Trump publicly states that all Make America Great Again supporters who demand the disclosure of the Epstein case and his possible connections with the United States president are traitors, and he no longer needs their support. But you know, if Trump has nothing to hide in this case, then why is he so fiercely opposed to the publication of the Epstein files? That's all for now. Share your thoughts and conclusions in the comments. If you want to support the work of this channel, you can do so with any donation on different platforms. Choose any option that's convenient for you. All of them are in the description of this video or by scanning the QR code on your screen. I appreciate your support. That's all for now. Take care, everyone.